Alright, what's up guys? Chokasur here, and we're back with another Secret of Mana Randomizer Seed of the Week. This is number 243, and for this week we have a Mana Tree Revival Seed for this week. Alright, so I know the last couple of weeklies were vanilla long. This one is going to be Mana Tree Revival. Of course, we have to find a certain amount of seeds, bring them to the Mana Tree, and then we will be done. Yeah, so it is Tuesday as I'm recording this video. You guys won't see this until Friday. I know it's a little later than when I usually do these, but I mean, sometimes I just have to wait until I get the chance to record these. But anywho, we have 12 flags for this weekly seed. Let's go ahead and take a look at them and see what we are dealing with here. Starting off, we have a random starting character. We have restrictive logic as always. Flaming Drum is in logic, so we will have to locate that among the checks. We also have randomized boss elements. You guys know how this works by now. Bosses will have a randomized elemental affinity to them. They can cast spells of their randomized elemental affinities. Some of them can spawn as non-elemental, which means they can use spells from any elemental tree. We also have vanilla shops. It is what it says. We know where all the armors are, so we don't have to go looking in shops for stuff. Vanilla enemies, also self-explanatory. The enemies will be located in their vanilla spots. We also have no trash weapons enabled, so Watts will not be forging any trash weapons. Usually he has a very small chance to forge a trash weapon, but this time we will not have to deal with trash weapons at all. We also have find one character at current level. So this is going to be a 2-character seed. Our starting character is random, of course, so we don't know who it is. The other character, also, obviously we don't know who it is. So could be boy girl, could be boy sprite, could be girl sprite, any of those combinations. But we will not have access to all 3 characters. We also have no chest drops. It is what it says. No chest drops from the enemies. 6 seeds are going to be required to get the GG. It is what it says. We need to find 6 seeds to finish the run. We also have random status ailments set to easy, and we have a 400 gold start. So those are the flags we have to deal with on this weekly. Not too terrible. No chest drops could be a little bit annoying, so money could be on the more difficult side to get. So we will have to play accordingly. Hopefully we get some money off of some free checks maybe. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, I mean, randomized boss elements could be mean. So we'll have to watch out for that as well. All right, so let's get started. All right, so it looks like we're starting with the sprite. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so sprite start, which means the other character is going to be the boy or the girl. And starting off with the boomerang. Okay. And there's the sword. Okay, cool. Alright, so boomerang and sword. Sword, dragon strength, confused, boomerang, beast agility, fire. Okay, so we are actually going to use the sword here since it's going to be stronger. Alright, spear at the witch's castle. Okay. Not too important of a hint. We are gonna drop a save. We don't need to check the shop because we know it's for another shops and there's nothing I can buy there anyway. Drop a save and we're gonna check the sword pedestal here. Since the seed is kind enough to start us off with the sword. Pretty much. I know technically we started with the boomerang, but we got the sword in the first check. Alright, total elements needed is 4 for Grand Palace. I don't know if that's going to be any relevant. It's only relevant if there's a seed on Mech 3. Which, I don't know. I mean, could be, but I doubt it. Alright, there's Dryad. Nice start. A very nice start. You can start off with a Sprite and Dryad magic. I could checkmate this in. We do have 2 casts of burst, so that might be able to get me through that Mantisant fight. Or whoever's at that spot anyway. Of course, it is randomized boss element, so the game may give me the middle finger and put a Dryad element boss there. But let's find out. Okay. Yeah, we'll check this. Gigas. Does 2 bursts kill you? No, of course not. Ow. It might be low enough. Okay, never mind. Alright. We're not gonna mess with that. That might have been a Thunder Gigas, I don't know. We do know that he was Earth Element, so if we find Silph, then we can kill that guy. Alright, Dryad Magic in the Rabbi Forest. We just got that earlier. Sea Hare's Tail under the Christmas tree. Okay, so Sea Hare's Tail is at the Frost Giga spot in Ice Palace. Tower key early. Okay. Alright, Shade and a town. Alright, I'm gonna drop a save here at Nico and check the Undini's cave spot. Ideally, I want to go to Dwarf Village to get some armor first. We do have 400 gold. I kind of want to not spend my money all willy-nilly here. We do have no chest drops activated. Okay, not needed Lumina. I mean, that's good to know, but I don't know how relevant that hint is going to be. I don't like that. No, I'm pretty sure we lose to that. Alright, so let's move on to Dwarf Village. That's a Dryad element snack, and I don't want to deal with that. No, sir. If that was Moon element, then yeah, I would have taken that fight 100%. But Dryad element snack. My only magic's Dryad, and I don't have armor, so we're not going to bother with that. Alright, let's go ahead and head on over to Gaia's navel here. Come here. Alright, bow and a chest. And, okay, Luna's a Tasnica. That's a really good hint. But unfortunately, in order to get that, we need to find the Flamey Drum first. And who knows where that thing is. Yeah, I mean, some fights you just can't afford to take at level 1. You just can't. Not even with Dryad. Because we know how snacks activate. We know how snacks are. Okay, well, the Flamey Drum's sitting on Watts. That's nice. While I could just flame me out, I want to do the rest of these checks first before I go anywhere. Okay, there's that. Ooh. Let's see, this is actually good. Okay, Salamando for Earth Palace. There's Lumina. I wonder if the other character is the girl. I mean, it's possible. All right, so what I want to do real quick is come out here. I might as well grab this magic rope chest while I'm over here. I might as well. And then come back. What I was going to do is get my Dryad magic to level 1 real quick. But I'm going to do that on the way back to Dwarf Village. I'm going to save split Tropicalo and Kilroy here. Alright, Jab Orb. So we're just going to cast 3 of these real quick. There we go. Alright, whoop out. Alright, so Luna's at Tasnica. We have a Wind Seed. We have the Flamey Drum already. But I do want to make these checks before I leave, so I don't have to come back and do them later. But before that, we're going to go ahead and outfit Sprite here. Alright, Power Wrist, Chain Vest, and Rabbit Cap. There we go. Alright, I do want to sleep though. Definitely want to sleep here. Alright, let's see what we got here. Dark Element. And it should die to 2 of these, honestly. Yeah. Sometimes when a seed gives you a mana seed for free and you have something like Dryad or Undini, it's usually in your best interest to just, you know, cast 3 spells real quick, get it to level 1, so you'll have that much more power in boss fights. Okay, Axe Orb, there's the girl. And Shade. Okay, so it looks like the girl is our other character. She came in with the Javelin. Okay. Not bad. Agility Poison. I'm gonna go ahead and drop another save here. I probably should have grabbed the Power Wrist for her. I think that can wait though. Made the same. Are you Lunar Element? Yeah, you are. Okay, so let's see. We have a Jab Orb. Kind of poor right now, and I want to get him some armor as soon as I can. Alright, Bow Orb, Spear Orb, no thanks. Alright, we're just gonna leave that there. Okay, how much money do I have? 190 something? Yeah, 192. Okay, that's enough for a Power Wrist. Grab that. Okay, so we got Dryad and Lumina as well. Let's go ahead and start checking freebies here. We also have Shade. I'll come down to Kaipo, grab the hint, and see what's here. Undini and Upperland. Okay. Good to know. I honestly think I should just do Pandora Ruins right now. I'm thinking about it. I know what I could do to make this as painless as possible. Alright, Glove, Moogle Village. Okay, here's what we do. Dryad's already level 1, so we do this, and we do this. Okay. Alright, one more cast of Lucent Beam gets that to level 1. Probably just gonna get that up on the boss. Because I feel as though we do have enough damage to actually kill this boss. Can I get a hair ribbon? I can. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, because, I mean, we do have a level 1 burst, we have a level 1 shade, we also have Lumina 1 spell away from level 1, so I think we have enough damage to kill this thing. We should. So this check might as well be free. I know it's not technically free, but it might as well be free. Alright, so let me see. Those last 2 hints were Glove at Moogle Village. What was that other one? I think it was Undini and Upperland or something like that. I'm getting slowed. Yeah. Another reason why I'm doing this now is to hopefully get some money out of the treasury. Hopefully one of those chests has money in it. Oh, another Mantis Ant? Yeah, sure is. Oh, we know he's weak to Dryad. We're gonna toss one of these out too to get it up to level 1. And I'm actually gonna throw one of these out as well. We don't have any other buffs right now aside from Lucid Barrier, I guess, but we don't care about that. I suppose I could go back and try for that snack again. Okay, double boom orb. I do want to upgrade my armor pretty soon. We are wearing like basic stuff right now, so I do want to get off of that soon. Oh god, this girl. Thank you. And sometimes she just blocks the stairs and nothing you can do until she moves out of the way. Alright, girl has the Midge Mallet, that's nice. Alright, let's see what we got here. Bow Orb. Okay, 2,000 bucks, that's very helpful. Moogle Belt. Dark Seed, that's nice. Whip Orb, and Glove Orb. Okay, cool. 2,000 bucks is very nice. Dark Seed is nice as well. Excuse me. Alright, so we're looking pretty decent right now. Let's go to Moogle Village. We know the glove is here. We might be able to do some Fiery Palace shenanigans, who knows. Alright, Jab Orb. And yeah, there's our glove. Okay, so let's forge. Forging this. Forge this as well. I don't wanna get carried away with my money right now. Okay, Agility Thunder on that. Javelin is Beast Con Confused. Damn. I was hoping for an int weapon there, but that's okay. Alright, Prim. I'm gonna give you those. Let me see. Matango, we have 1,700 gold. Fancy overalls is 675 a piece. We can keep our power lists. We can probably go like double quill cap and double fancy overalls, and I think we should be okay for a little bit. It sounds like a plan to me, so let's do it. And we can sell everything else. I'm gonna keep the power list for now. We got 300 left over. I could force the boomerang. Wouldn't hurt. Yeah, we can forge the boomerang. I don't see why not. I can't forge anything else because they're all level 1. Aside from the sword, I don't have a sword up yet. Alright, shuriken. Ah, damn agility weapons. Alright, no int weapon yet, unfortunately. Alright, so we got some better armor now. This should last us for a little bit. Kinda just want to go Mandala for a hint. And see what information we can get. Alright, let's see what we got here. Moogle Belt, we already got that. Mech3 is dead, so no seed there. Lumina in the hole, we already got that too. Not needed Dryad, we don't care. Sword, we already have. Whip before the Pure Lands bushes. Ooh, okay, that's actually important. Sylphid behind the waterfall. Okay, so Sylphid's at Undini's cave, behind that snake we saw earlier. I could chase that. But the real question is, do I need to chase that? The whip is before the Pure Lands bushes. That kind of bothers me because there could be some mana seeds that are whip locked. So we might have to dip into Pure Land to go find that. We might have to, I don't know. The whip usually, not all the time, but usually is required on a mandatory revival seed. But like I said, sometimes it's not. Okay, there's Luna. We got a hint for that earlier. We knew Luna was here. Okay, no hint on the king though, so let's get on out of here. I mean, technically, we can clear Pure Land right now. We do have a cutting weapon. We have Dryad and Luna as well. No, Sprite. Damn. Okay, it went up anyway. Let's see what this is. Salamander. Okay. That means I'll have to climb the wall then. There we go. Alright, that's an axe orb. This is Dryad. Alright, so the next two checks are going to be out of logic because we don't have Salamander. So this was Salamander, that was Dryad. Whip Orb. Okay, 1,400 bucks. All right, not bad. Like I said, those two checks are currently out of logic. All right, let's go to. Let me see. I legit want to go to Pure Land. I do. I really do. But we're gonna go grab some more freebies first. All right, nothing there. Play me out. Let me see. I could check the Sunken City chest out of logic too. I could. Matter of fact, I am. And on the way, we're gonna start using this. Get this up. Wow, Salamando is there. Okay, so that means That means Salamander's axe locked. I mean, technically, Salamander's axe locked. Interesting. All right, let's go to Mara. So Salamander is locked behind the axe, which means those Fiery Palace checks were axe locked as well. Okay, Mara has the water seed. Okay, Mara actually has something decent. What's our money? 1,700. I could upgrade. Quilted hoods probably. Yeah, quilted hoods sound good right now. Alright, Fire Seed under the sea. Okay, so Fire Seed is also axe locked. And we just checked the Sunken City chest, so we know the Fire Seed is either on Hydra or Kettlekin. Alright, let's go grab 2 of these. And that will have some good defense for the next part of this run. Okay, so Fire Seed is on Hydra or on Kettlekin, one of the two. We have 3 seeds already. Sylphid's at Undini's cave. Well, there's an axe orb. And a glove orb. Okay. About. Alright, boom orb. About. Do I check ruins here? I guess I might as well. As far as elementals, we know where Undini is. We know where Sylphid is. We don't know where Gnome is, though. Fire Seed under the sea. Alright, Sword Orb. Chances are we might be looking for the axe. I mean, it's possible. We don't know where the other seeds are either, so maybe we don't need the axe. Maybe we can try looking for like the Moon Seed or the Dryad Seed, maybe? Or the Light Seed? Okay, axe up there. Kinda just want to leave, honestly. I'm really not feeling that back chest. So we're just gonna skip it. Okay, let's go to Ice Country. Check Santa's house. We'll check Ice Palace. We know where the whip is. We know what's at Frost Gigas too. Okay, Flaming Drum Underground. We already got that. We know the Sea Hare tail is at Frost Gigas, but The issue is we don't know what's behind that. There could be a seed behind that, so that's, I mean, that is something to be considered. I don't know. I didn't want you to run that way, Sprite, but that's okay. Ooh, Earth Seed though. Okay, so we're getting closer. This is a weird spot we're in because we know where the Fire Seed is, but we can't get to it. I'm honestly thinking of just going to Pure Land, getting the whip, or better yet, just flat out clearing it. If we're lucky, we may find like a Light Seed here, or a Moon Seed, or a Dryad Seed or something. I'm sitting on 4 seeds. I should be using my Dryad magic, but that's okay. You are... I don't know, but... just gonna use Burst on you. We know the whip is in one of the first 3 spots here. Has to be. Because the hint said it was before the Pure Lands bushes, so that before the Pure Lands bushes means either Dragon Worm, Snow Dragon, or Axe Peak spots. I think I just full clear this now. Love Orb. Okay, yeah, there's a whip. Okay, cool. I mean, whip is nice, but I kind of want the axe though, because the axe leads to a seed guaranteed. I'm gonna have you join in, Prim. Maybe I can kill these things a little faster. Nice. One thing we can do is go up to see Jock and Jack and get 2 more hints, maybe. We could do that. We can also get to the Nesselberry hint too. Maybe that's worth considering. I don't know. Okay. Do I get the soften time? Yes. Pen's out of MP, that's fine. Hit. Yep. We can get our spells up this way. If there's a seed here, I think we go hunting down the axe. I think that's the play. If there's a seed here in Pure Land, but I don't know. Rose Orb, Jab Orb. Okay, no seed yet. Because I would rather go for the guaranteed seed than to go hunting down any of the others. Oh, you're Dryad Element, aren't you? Oh, damn. This is unfortunate. I don't have walnuts. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Thank goodness, because I didn't have any walnuts. And obviously you can't drain MP from him. Seed? Nope. That's money though. I'll take it. Alright, level 10. Okay. Tiger. I think you're a Dryad element too. Looks like it. I'll wait. You dead? Nope. Alright, you dead now though. It's always good to have a backup elemental in case, you know, something is Dryad element and you're using Dryad magic, which we kind of are. For the most part, we're using Dryad magic, but I have to stick to Shade because of these Dryad enemies. Alright, Axel up there. No seed. There might not be a seed here. This seed could be a little more complicated than I think. Maybe. Light element? Yeah, gotta be. I'm not even gonna cast up with her here. Okay, Shade's on his way to level 4. And I think Dryad is as well. Haven't touched Salamander. I don't think I need to at this point. Okay, no level up there. Wow, no seeds here. Okay, so this seed might be a little more complicated than I thought. Okay, we know we need 6 seeds though. We have the whip. I'm tempted to go to Witch's Castle to visit the Nestleberry. I'm tempted to. But I think my next course of action is probably to just go to Jock and Check and see what else we can learn. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do because right now we just want information. We really want information on like the light seed, the dark seed, and the Dryad seed. That's really what we want information on. If I want to be real here. We know where the fire seed is. But we don't know where the axe is. Information on the axe would be huge as well. Okay, we're not worried about them. We got wall up. And then I think I'll go to Witch's Castle for a hint. Maybe. Let's see what these guys say. Salamander Lake, we already got that. And girl, okay, that doesn't help me. They tell me things that I already have or already know. Okay, so no dice there. Yeah, I'm thinking to just go to Witch's Castle here. I have to go in from this side. I could turn in the water seed. That's another thing I could do, is start turning in mana seeds and, you know, hope for the best. Get up here, Spirit. Yeah, so right now we are looking for the axe. Or 2 of the light moon and dryad seeds. That's what we're looking for right now. We're not worried about the other elementals. We know where Undini is. We know where Sophet is. Well, we don't know where Gnome is, but that's fine. I would love to have Gnome right now so I can run through these dungeons faster, but I mean, it is what it is. And we don't know where he is. Alright, what do we got? Moon seed in the mountains. Oh my god. Okay, so... Ew. I mean, that's good information, yeah, but... Okay, I got something for you. That's good information, but... we can't get to that either. You did? Yeah. Alright, so here's what we know. Now we know that both the fire seed and the moon seed are locked behind the axe. We don't know where the light seed is, nor the dryad seed. I think I just start turning in seeds here. So moon seed is either at Dark Palace or is at Doppelgangers, which we can't do either right now because we have no axe. And we know the fire seed is either on Hydra or at Kettlekin. Okay, there's the gold key. And the spear. We knew the spear was here. Gold key, does that do anything for us? Sophet's at Undini's cave. Which, I don't think I'll go for that at this point. Let's turn in the water seed and see what we get. I want to drop a save first though. Yeah, this seed just got a lot more complicated. Because the axe is locking 2 seeds right now, and we don't know where the axe is. We do know that the axe can only be in certain locations. So chances are the axe is either early game or it's mid game. Pure Land's done. We know the axe can't be a Dark Palace, nor Doppelgangers, nor Sunken City. I think once we find the axe, that's go mode. Oh, money. I'm gonna actually keep that. Save. Go up out. We know Sylphid is at Undini's cave, but I'm not going for that. And Sylphid's not gonna help me solve this seed. I think I'll start turning in Mana Seeds. Let's turn in the Wind Seed. We can turn in the Earth Seed as well, but I don't know how good of a check that'll be. Another one of these dudes. That was Spite that just leveled that up. Okay, Prim's Lucent just hit level 4 as well. We can't turn in the Dark Seed. We can turn in the Earth Seed though. But the question is, should I? I mean, we can do it. Because chances are we're looking for the axe. Undini. Wow, Light Seed is here. That's actually annoying. Okay, let's go check that. Holy. Where the hell is this axe? Honestly. I think I drop a save here. If we find the axe, this seed is over with. But we have no idea where it is. And I'm assuming it's in some silly spot at this point. Either that, or if we find the Dryad seed, that's go mode as well. Because then that'll be the 6th seed. Topicala. Are you Moon Element by any chance? Throw another one out. I think he's Moon Element. Yeah, he's Moon Element for sure. Dead. Yep, he's Moon Element. Okay, let's think. Axe. The only late game area the axe can be in at this point is here. Or maybe it's behind, like, it can't be behind the Moon Seed. There's the bow. Yeah, it can't be behind the Moon Seed or the Dark Seed. So if the axe is not here, the only other late game area it can be in is behind the Dryad Seed. It could be behind like Hexus or Watermelon. Bow orb, $200 reset. All right, so nothing in Light Palace, unfortunately. I'm thinking to check those Sunken Continent checks, maybe. There's also Earthseed. There's also like Salamander Oven, Triple Time Pole, Flamey Cave. Let me grab a walnut real quick, just in case I run into a situation where I can't drain MP. And I'm gonna upgrade while I'm here. Tiger Caps, Frosty Bands. I really don't need the power wrists at this point. We're not physically attacking much anyway. Sprite's doing the heavy lifting as usual. Although what I could do is search for an int weapon, but I don't think that's necessary. We have level 4 spells, so I don't think that's necessary at all. Alright, let's get out of here. I kind of want to check Sunken Continent for the axe. Or Dryad Seed or something. Probably should save before I do that though, because we don't need to do Mech 3 here, so we might as well save split these. There's also like Empire checks as well. We haven't checked those yet. So it's possible the axe could be mid-game. Alright, so we're looking for the axe or we're looking for the Dryad Seed. One of the two. If we find the axe, we will have access to the Fire Seed and the Moon Seed. Trying to level this up. He might be weak to earth, but I don't know. This might be a sub-hour seed and I just don't know it. Okay, bow orb. Okay, we can't turn that in. We don't have the seed. Check this. Oh, she never leveled up. I have a sneaking suspicion that our progression is mid-game. Behind, say, like Salamander Oven, Triple Time Pole, Empire checks. I just had that sneaking suspicion. All right, Jav Orb and Boom Orb. Okay, so nothing there, unfortunately. Ugh. Water? Might be light element, actually. Did. Yep. We can rule out Frost Gigas because we know that's the Sea Hair Tail. Gnome's also out there too. We know where Silphid is. We don't know where the Dryad Seed is either. Damn. Might as well just keep it at this point. Pretty sure I gotta go mid-game checks here. Yeah, I'm gonna go to mid-game here because late game is locked by the axe right now. Plus half of it is cleared out anyway, so let's go to Northtown Castle. Maybe we'll find something here, I don't know. This back half of this seed of the week is kind of tilting me because this is probably a sub-hour seed and I just don't know it. I just have the feeling it is. Again. Yeah, this is most likely a sub-hour seed, but we don't know that yet. It depends on where this axe is. Either the axe or the Dryad Seed. Okay, Spirit Orb and Jav Orb. Alright, nothing there. Let's check Mech 2. If there's nothing here, we go to Northtown Ruins, which is gonna feel so bad, but sometimes, you know, the seed giveth and the seed taketh away. Wind element? Must be. I'm gonna try to one-shot this if I can. Oh, wow. You're kidding me. You are actually kidding me. Right, here's where Sophie would have came in handy. You did. Oh, one more. There we go. Of course it is. Of course it is, because why not? Oh my god. All right, let's go. Let's go. That's go mode. Well, that's the end of the seed, actually. You know what? I gotta check after this run is over. I absolutely have to check, because there is a world where the axe is locked behind the dryad seed. That would be so funny, actually. Okay. All right, 102.49 is our time. Yeah, this one was annoying. I mean, it started out pretty straightforward. It gives you like 2 mana seeds for free. Actually, no, I think we got 3 for free. We got the wind seed from Elder. We got the water seed from Mara. And then the earth seed we got from Ice Palace. So yeah, the seed gives you 3 mana seeds for free. The dark seed was in the treasury, which, you know, most, if not all runners are going to do Pandora Ruins at some point. So that might as well be free. It's technically not free, but it might as well be free. So you're working with 4 mana seeds early game. Dryad you get at the sword pedestal at the beginning. Luna, the game gives you a hint on where Luna is, so eventually runners are gonna go get that too. You also get Lumina, you get Shade, and I don't know if runners are gonna get Salamendo, because unless they get the glove and then get Salamendo out of Logic, but I don't know if runners are gonna get Salamendo or not. But anyway, the seed sets you up for, I guess, a baby seed, if you want to call it that. It looks that way, but then it throws you a curveball, and it's basically going to tell you to either look for the axe or look for the dryad seed at some point during the seed, because you find 4 mana seeds, including the one in the treasury, and if runners turn in the wind seed, they come up with the light seed, so there's 5 seeds. Yeah, so that 6th seed, once you get all your hints, you'll learn that the fire seed is under the sea, which is axe locked. You also learn, if you go to the witch's castle, you learn that the moon seed is in the mountains, which is also axe locked. So the seed is basically telling you, go find the axe. But the thing is, we don't know where the axe is. We have no information on where the axe is. So you have to check blind where that axe is. We also don't have any clue where the dryad seed is. The dryad seed sitting on Mech 2 is, I don't want to say it's a troll spot. It kind of is though. But it's gonna take time for runners to find that, unless they go to Northtown Castle early and do those checks, which who knows. But I feel as though at this point, the axe is either sitting at like triple Tonpole. It also could be sitting in one of those early spots too. Mantisant might have the axe. Could be sitting behind the Earthseed pedestal. Could be sitting as one of the other prizes at Undini's cave. Could be Sylphid in the axe there. There's also Flammy Cave, which we never checked. Axe could have been there as well. There's also a world where the axe is sitting behind the Fire Seed pedestal, which I don't think that's the case, because the Fire Seed is in Sunken City. So no, that can't be the case. So no, I'm wrong about that. The axe cannot be behind the Fire Seed pedestal, because we need the axe to get to the Fire Seed in the first place. So it can't be there. Axe also can't be behind the Dark Seed pedestal. Can't be behind the Moon Seed pedestal, because we need the axe to get to the Moon Seed. So my guess is that the axe is either at Mantisant or it's at Triple Tonpole, which is possible. It's also possible that it could be at Flammy Cave. Or worst case scenario is the axe being behind the Dryad Seed pedestal. I think that's probably the worst case scenario, because if it is, and I'm going to check after this, if it is, then this is the only way you can complete the seed with 6 seeds anyway. It's the only way you can do it, because if the axe is sitting behind the Dryad Seed pedestal, then these 6 seeds are the only seeds that every runner is going to come in contact with. So that's why I kind of want to check and see what was behind that Dryad Seed pedestal. Other than that, not too bad of a seed as far as, offense and defense. The seed gives you a decent amount of money. No chest drops. Can be pretty scary sometimes, but if the seed is nice enough to give you money on other checks, then you use that, of course, to buy some armor and weapon upgrades. We really didn't need weapon upgrades this run. I mean, you can if you want to, but if the seed is going to throw Dryad at you at the beginning and it gives you a hint for Luna, then you really don't need to upgrade weapons too much. I guess someone may forge weapons to look for an int weapon perhaps, but that's really not necessary. Not to mention, we get 3 mana seeds for free and 4 once you do once you do Pandora runes rather. So there's no real reason to forge anything, honestly. But yeah, this is a tricky seed, I think, because like I said, it starts out kind of linear. Do your freebies, or grab the Flamey Drum and then do your freebies. Flamey Drum's in a nice early spot at Watts. You get the girl from Gaius and Abel at Tropicalo if the runner decides to, clear out Dwarf Village checks before using the Flamey Drum to go look for freebies. So it starts out nice and linear, but then it throws that curveball at you. Eventually it's gonna tell you you need to find either the Dryad Seed or the axe. And speaking of the axe, I really want to find out what was behind that Dryad Seed. So we're gonna find that out right now. Alright, so we're going to pop the autosave here. And we're gonna check and see what's behind that Dryad Seed pedestal. Because if my suspicions are correct, the axe might be here. And if it is, then there's only one way to do this seed. There's only one route. It's just as I thought. Just as I thought. That axe being behind the Dryad Seed is actually very ugly. It's the axe. Oh, there's Gnome too. Okay, so that's just wonderful. So I'm just gonna go ahead and reset out of that. Yeah, so the axe was behind the Dryad Seed pedestal, which is evil because that means there's only one route through this seed, which every runner has to take. There's no other route you can take through this seed because we know that the Fire Seed and the Moon Seed are locked behind the axe, and in turn, which makes them locked behind the Dryad Seed. So yeah, very tricky seed. 102.49 is our time for this seed of the week. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in right now. Honestly, I think this really is a sub-hour seed, and I won't be surprised if someone sub-hours this seed. But it depends on how fast the runner gets that Dryad Seed. Alright, so let's see. 102.49. Oh, wow. Holy moly. Okay, so we barely got... I'm looking at the rest of these times, and these are some pretty good times here. So we landed in second place, but we barely almost got first. So first right now has a 102.13. So we're what, 35 seconds from first place. So really close. Of course, we got 102.49. Third place is 106.49. Fourth with a 121.42. Fifth with a 125.46. Yeah, so it's like I said, it depends on when the runner finds that Dryad seed, because this finding the Dryad seed, that is the only way to get 6 seeds on this run. And once you find the others as well, but you literally cannot get to the Moon seed or the Fire seed without getting the Dryad seed and the axe, which we know now that the axe was locked behind the Dryad seed. All right, so let me see what these guys are saying here. Yeah. 25 minutes for the last seed. Yeah. It's like I said, it's when the runners find that last seed, it's going to determine the time for this one. Maybe I forgot about one location, and really last location, the 6th seed. Yeah, could have been way faster time. I mean, theoretically, this could have been a sub-hour seed. Theoretically, but it depends on when that last seed gets found. That Dryad seed gets found. 39 minutes with 4 seeds. Pure Lance done. Skip so far Pandora. And Boston and Dwarf Village. Their 5th one, then still almost 20 minutes for the last seed. Interesting. They skipped Pandora and Dwarf Village? Oh. I mean, I guess I can see that, but I don't know. I mean, because when you find the Flamey Drum in Dwarf Village, I really feel that it's a decent play to just check those since you're sitting there, you know, and not just rush out and use the Flamey Drum right away. I don't know. That's just me, though. But, I mean, you have Dryad, assuming you get the Sword Pedestal check at the beginning. So it's not like those checks are slow. Even with the level 0 Dryad, and you get the girl too. So, I mean, the girl really wasn't needed this seed, honestly. Let's be real, but she's nice to have around. Yeah, so... I swear this could have been a sub-hour seed. It really could have been. Alright, anywho, 102.49 is our time for this seed of the week. Pretty much all the other runners had the same issues that we did. They were looking for that last seed, and that's all there is to it. I mean, it's like I said, there's only one path through this seed, and every runner has to take that path. Otherwise, you can't complete the seed. All right, so that's it for this seed of the week. I will see you guys next time.